Hey everybody, how's it going? So a little bit different video. I'm going to be talking, so you're not going to have the background noise, but I did provide some video here and we're going to transition in and out. I'm going to try something different. We'll see how this works. But it's December 31st, 2021. So we're on New Year's Eve. We're going to go into the New Year's. Hopefully you all had a great Christmas and got everything you wanted and spent time with your family and were able to do that, because I know some areas of the country it's iffy if you can get around and this and that, and it's crazy out there. Luckily, we just spent it really easy at home. Didn't really get together with family. We did go to a friend's house though. That was cool. Had dinner over there, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys were able to get out and do stuff or just spend time with your own family even. You don't need your parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and all this. It's nice, but you don't need that. So I'm fortunate that I was able to spend it with my wife, my daughter, and some family friends, and that was a good time. But I'm thinking about my channel, I'm thinking about YouTube, I'm just thinking about what's going on in the world. Obviously, I'm getting more involved with talking to the camera, getting more used to that. I'm an introvert. Technically, I don't like people. I don't like being in crowds. The other day at, where were we? We were at somewhere, and I told the wife, yeah, my anxiety is getting pretty high. Oh, we stopped into King Soopers, our grocery store, to get a few items, and it was like packed because people here in Colorado, they worry, oh, it's gonna snow, it's gonna be high winds, and they all run to the grocery store. And it's like 2 p.m. People should be in work, but they're not. It's just the environment we live in now. A lot of people are off. My wife typically has off every other Thursday, so you know we're out and about typically. I'm out and about typically being a stay-at-home dad, but it's just amazing. I've seen the transition over the years since moving here in 2007. I could go hike on a Wednesday and there'd be no one. You go hike on a Wednesday now, or even just before the pandemic, and it's busy. It's like, where are all these people coming from? But I guess the area is growing. Got that many people moving here and whatnot. That means house prices are crazy in the area, and it's just nuts. But the main thing is, hey, let's talk about the YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is doing pretty well. I'm actually kind of impressed with the growth of the channel. I'm almost to 12,000 subscribers. And that is just nuts, which means I'm making a little bit of money. I'm a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to be getting rich off this anytime soon. I mean, motorcycles is a niche market. Most of my money doesn't come from riding videos. It comes from product review, politics, other avenues. I do a video reviewing my wife's bad experience with the my slippers, or I guess my pillow, my slippers is how you would say it. And I make like $160. I wasn't even excited. I was just pointing out a flaw in their customer service, and then I did an update to that video, and it's like over time I'm probably gonna make $1,000 from doing a silly review video. A lot more people are looking up that stuff, plus looking up Mike by name. And I don't want to use his last name because who knows, YouTube might have that as a flag. I don't want this video taken down. Heaven forbid. I'm just talking about stuff throughout the year and just stuff in general. It's my channel. I can do that. And I really I watch a lot of other YouTubers, a variety of content, because I like to see how they do things. Some people just talk to the camera. Some people walk around, talk to the camera. Some people are doing mixing things up. Not everyone does what I do, as far as I focus on writing videos, I focus on writing stuff, but at the same time I'll do whatever I feel like, and I just toss on the same channel. I feel people should be adults and should be able to decide what they want to watch and not watch. That might turn some people off, it might turn some people on. So it's really hard to say, getting close to 12,000 subscribers, like, where are these people coming from? What and why are they subscribing? I assume they're subscribing because of the writing. I mean, the review stuff, I mean, that's great and all. And the political stuff, okay, cool. But I don't typically myself subscribe to those channels, so I'm assuming most of those views and everything are just through searches, whereas the writing is people saying, hey, I'll subscribe. So sorry if you don't like the other videos if you're a writer, but you know, you have to do what pays the bills, if you will. And I'm trying to grow this, and we'll see where I go. You know, I'm kind of going over here, maybe over there. You know, I have to find an avenue, right? I'm finding a space. I'm not focusing on one thing. A lot of people start channels and they'll say, I'm doing shoe reviews, and they'll do shoe reviews. Okay, that's great, but you know, I have other interests in life, and I started YouTube just to share my videos with family and friends. I never expected my channel to grow to almost 12,000 subscribers. Who would have thought 12,000 people would find me interesting enough to actually click the subscribe button? Let alone would I be getting paid from YouTube? Because when I first set up YouTube, it was sure videos with family and friends, and I'm like, I know I'm not monetizing it, I'm not doing this and that, and nothing was monetized. One day I just woke up and I said, hey, I'm going to monetize and see what happens, right? I mean, they're collecting ad revenue off my videos and stuff without it being monetized, so let's monetize it. So I monetized it, and then I had to go through and put in keywords and this and that, and really tedious when at that point you have quite a few videos that you were sharing with family and friends and various forums and Facebook pages and what have you. And that was very tedious, but I went through and I did that, and of course by that point a lot of those videos were older and probably most people didn't care about or find that interesting, although I think if it's a certain trail video, it's still relevant to today. You can see how the trail has changed and whatnot when it comes to riding videos. And anyways, that's why I started YouTube. I didn't start it to make money. I know I have met riders who have started YouTube because they saw Everride. And he's a great guy. Met him, rode with him. Tyler's awesome. But, you know, they didn't get into riding and then do YouTube. They got into writing to do YouTube because of people like Everride. Nothing wrong with that. But totally different mindset than what I did. I got into YouTube because I was sharing videos and I wanted to share my ride with family and friends. And then it was like, I'll just share it with everybody, my Facebook page and this and that. And then you probably wonder, well, where did Meeker Extreme come from? Well, that came from I was going to do an extreme enduro event in Meeker, Colorado. Had it pretty well set up. Going to do like a prologue in town. Going to go out to some property a guy in town owns, like 12,000 acres, something like that. And we looked at that. I rode that property, and it was nice. It was epic. It was pretty perfect for an extreme enduro. You know, like, wow, this would be really great. And I do recognize Meeker's kind of out there, but anywhere in the U.S. where you're going to get away from the population that has something interesting to ride is going to be out there, right? So logistically, the hotels would probably be a problem because not many in town. Although the town of Rifle, Colorado is not too far away, and they have bigger hotels, and it's like an hour up to Meeker, so it wouldn't be too bad. People would probably have to do RVs, camp, ideally, and there was space to do all that. Just the hotels was an issue, which then leads kind of, well, restaurants would be an issue, but I'm sure you get a lot of taco trucks and food type vendors up there if it was going to be a big enough event to draw them up and, you know, maybe pay a permit or pay a fee to, you know, set up on one area of the town square so people could buy stuff while you're watching the prologues. I kind of wanted to model it after Red Bull Romaniacs because I thought that was just awesome. And, you know, it's a really great atmosphere for the town. The townspeople could watch the prologue and not really care so much about the race aspect. Now, the people that are into the racing could have went out to the property and, you know, hiked up and got spots and this and that. And Bill, I have front row seats at the race, but, you know, town people might not want to go out there and do that, but they, to see the prologue and the money coming in town, plus having it in town would mean people are spending money on food, beverages, hitting the restaurants, the motels and stuff like that if they're not local, and it would be beneficial to the town. So you want the town to be part of your event. I learned that from doing the nonprofit stuff with Rocky Mountain Adventure Riders that I was on the board of. You want the town involved. So how do you do that in, whatever. So I should say I talked to a lot of big wigs in the industry, and I had a lot of support, some support from the racers. I had a guy saying he'd come out and do the photography and video and this and that. I mean, it's like, wow, that's awesome. Just trying to plan this along. But I needed money. I needed that, I myself didn't have the funds, but what could town do and maybe somebody else? And the town was pretty much, well, we're interested, but hands off. Yeah, okay, maybe we'll let you do this, but we don't want to help. That was pretty much the feeling, and it was like, okay, wow. And then, contacts and the big, well, they had other projects going on, some of the big players in the racing game, and they thought it was cool. They gave me pointers and stuff, but, I didn't have the financial backing. So that kind of went away. That fizzled away, right? There's people interested in it, but no money, and you need money to make the world go around. And it wasn't going to happen from my pocketbook. I mean, maybe I would have come up with like $5,000 or something, but it was going to cost much more than that to put it on and put it on properly, so you could attract top racers out there. And by the time you pay insurance and this and that, it's going to cost a lot of money. So instead of let the name just fizzle, I was just like, well, I already kind of created this persona, Meeker Extreme. I'm just going to keep it. I created it, had some traffic because of the interest in the racing. So I just kept the YouTube channel. I kept the Facebook page that I made. And I just turned that into my own personal little YouTube thing. So go check out my Facebook page. It's Meeker Extreme. I do have a Twitter account, although I don't really use it. I do post on Instagram, though, so you can check those out, pictures, this and that, mix of stuff. I try to keep the Facebook page strictly to riding, the best that I can. Human nature, sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm doing this other thing, and I'll post something and share it. But I try to keep that focused on just riding and not, branch out into other avenues there. I can do that on my personal Facebook page, which I have thousands of, followers, well, friends. No one has that. No one has 5,000. I was close to 5,000, and I finally said I have to get rid of people. So I got rid of people. And unfortunately, there's no easy way to do it. So I'll go through phases of purging people off. I'm still doing it. I just haven't sat here and done that in a while. Usually if Facebook tells me, hey, there's birthdays, and I look at the list, and there's really strange names, I click on them, and they're overseas, and it doesn't even look like they ride. I'm like, how did you even get on my personal Facebook page? And then I'll just go through and I'll, remove, unfriend them. And, it's kind of harsh, but I don't really know them. I was trying to do it a nicer way. I had set up a athlete page for myself, if you know my name, and I was trying to get people over, but the problem with that was the people that were on my personal page were like, why are you spamming me this other page? Who are you? And I'm like, that's the point. I don't know who you are, so I unfriended you there. But before I did that, I sent you a hey, if you want to follow me, go to my athlete page. I'm not really much of an athlete, but I figured that was one way to move. And I just got like, people were upset by that because they didn't know who I was. And it's like, you're the one that somehow friended me at some point. This is why I'm purging. And so then I gave up on that notion, and I just said, you know what? I'm going to purge people on their birthday because it works great, because Facebook tells you. So it doesn't always tell me, like, today's somebody's birthday. So if I get that notification and I click on it and I see it's a weird name, sometimes it's like names from like Philippines, and I'm like, how did these people get on my friend? They must have had a bike or something. I don't know how they got added, but it's like unfriend. So sorry if I unfriended you. at some point, but you're still on my YouTube, go ahead, come back to, you can follow along at Meeker Extreme though, my Facebook page, because it's a business, it's set up as a business. I am technically Meeker Extreme LLC, limited liability company. I'm all set up with the state, I'm set up with the federal government with my EIN number, so I have that, I have a bank account, I have all that set up properly, sole proprietary ship here as a business, and I run Meeker Extreme as a business. It's the easiest way to write things off, for example. A lot of YouTubers don't think about that, but you can save a lot of money because you're doing this as a business, you're collecting money, so there are write-offs. I'm filming this, camera, write-off, lights, get to write those off, monitor, the microphone. If I were to buy a new computer, which I think when I bought this one, I did write it off because it was for video editing, so I could do these higher quality videos. And I'm slowly getting there. I mean, it takes time. I'm not making millions here. I'm still a stay-at-home dad for the most part. So my daughter comes first. So, I can't ride the last 2 weeks because she's off on Christmas vacation. So I'm trying to do videos, and I do some more sit-down videos. You see I expand into the Moto Manus videos, and that's an interesting story all in itself. How I got into that. I was leaving comments on Moto. I watch their stuff. I think it's a great channel. It's funny. I think the writers pretty much are idiots on most of them. And so it's fun leaving comments, right? I mean, some of us find that fun. It can borderline as a hobby in itself. It takes a lot of time. I'm saying, I do YouTube. Instead of leaving comments, I can just talk about what's going on in the video versus just typing it out in a comment. And then people will watch my video, and I'm a strong supporter of Moto Madness, so I'm doing a reaction video to their compilation videos, which are videos that are other people's. It's kind of a weird thing, but I'm doing a reaction series, and sometimes I'll be notified, like Viral Hog says this is copyright because they have this part of the video, and then I don't know how Viral Hog gets such an in with YouTube, but they do. I just automatically chop that. So if you ever watch a video and it's like, wow, something chopped there because he's talking about something here, but it must have been before, and it doesn't make sense, it's because one of those companies said it was their copyright. Anyways, that's pretty much the gist of Meeker Extreme and how things occurred. What I'm going to show you now, I'm going to kind of move away from that, and what I'm going to show you now here is, we're going to say pause here. Sorry, I'm using OBS software, and I've never done these complicated things before. What do I need to turn on? I need to turn on, I think that one. Yes, that one. Fade it in. There we go. So you should be seeing behind me the amount, or the subscribers. So I just wanted to share this with you all. That's how many subscribers I have on my channel. I have, 11,197 subscribers. 109 in the last 28 days, so pretty good. Estimated revenue, who knows what that's going to fall into. I still can't make heads or tails of it. Sometimes it will say up, 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 and then I get my pay, and it's like, wow, last month was not that good. Whatever. I don't. Whatever. When it comes in on the 20th. When it comes in on the 20th, that's when I'll, whatever. Whatever I get, I get. I don't even worry about it too much. It's still not enough that I need to worry about for tax reasons because of the write-offs. But each year it's going up, which is a good thing. Thank you all for that. That means you're watching the videos, you're clicking on ads possibly, and I really appreciate it. You know what really helps the channel out though is here. We're going to go to my other tab here. This is actually, what my page, what you'll come to. That's actually my brother-in-law with his Beta X trainer at the time. But it's such a pretty photo that I took. I use this for my banner. But, you go to like one of my videos. So we'll go to a new video here. Click on that. We'll just pause it. And we're going to take a look at the description. Show more. So I post some stuff. I don't get any money from like Modes. That's what I'm using on the beta, so that's in everyone. Now the ones with Amazon, if I can find it on Amazon, I'll get a piece of the pie if you click that link, and whether you buy the chain or you just go do your shopping, that will help out. Of course, you can, like Bulletproof Design, they don't give me any money or anything. It's just what I'm using on the bike. Same with BRP, what I'm using on the bike. Highway dirt bikes, same thing. So I don't really get any money for any of those. I don't have any deals with those companies. Um, I've dealt with them in the past because of my dealings with nonprofits and stuff, so I like their stuff, and I don't mind putting it there. Now, some people that are real strict into doing YouTube, making money, would only work with companies that would give them a piece of the pie, if you will. Well, I like their stuff. I have nothing against Jim, the owner at BRP, Billet Racing Products. Great guy, friendly guy. I know he's always busy. Or Paul, the owner of Highway Dirt Bikes, awesome guy. Nate at Bulletproof Designs. Again, I don't mind not getting anything from them. So it's here, but don't have a deal, where some YouTube channels would be so business focused that they would be like, hey, I'll put a link to, in every single video, a link to your website if you give me $500 or whatever it might be, whatever, or a commission or something. Give me a discount code. So then, I could do that and approach them, and someone might do that. I just haven't done that because I like their products. You got to support the small businesses sometimes. So that's kind of probably not the best business decision, but that's just kind of how I do things. So I might make a little extra money if you go to the Amazon links. These Amazon links will take you to Amazon, and then you can buy the product, or you can go do your other shopping. So I highly suggest, if a YouTube channel has links, no, you don't have to go buy the Sprocket for me to get a piece of the pie. You could click that and go buy a 55-gallon drum of KY jelly, and guess what? I'm going to get a piece of that pie. Because you went to the link and then you did your search. It doesn't matter. I get anything because you went to the link first. I'm going to get a part of that commission, if you will. I get a commission because you bought something. I'm kind of like this. I directed you to the site. So that's kind of cool. So don't think you have to, when a YouTuber does this, I don't need a 52-tooth sprocket for my Beta 300RR. I ride a KTM, so I'm not going to click that. Well, click that and then do a search for your sprocket, buy it, and then I still get, probably pennies on a sprocket, probably not much. Every company seems to be doing, I don't know how they figure it out. The highest I've ever gone was because somebody bought a Camp Chef grill from one of my Camp Chef videos, and I think I got like $30. That was a pretty good commission. There must be quite a bit of markup there, but that's not typical. Usually it's like, oh, you got 10 cents, you got 30 cents, you got a couple bucks. Maybe you got $5 out of something that costs a couple $100. You don't get much, but it adds up. So if you want to support a channel and you don't want to send me cash, because I do that as an option, tell you the truth, I have never had somebody send me PayPal, but I set it up just in case, because there might be that one person out there that's like, oh, hey, I got $20 in my PayPal account. Oh, here, I'll just give it to you because it's been in there forever. Yeah, so I set it up. It's there. It's an option. But again, like I have here, this goes to my influencer page for Amazon, and I think that's the best of both worlds, because I'm getting a piece of the pie from something you're going to buy anyways. You're going to buy that $2,500 MacBook Pro. Well, why not give the influencer a piece of the pie? So I've had people that I know, like, oh, hey, and they just come and use my link here. I can't stop them or anything. Amazon frowns upon family and friends, but at the same time, I can't stop them. I don't put it out there, but the ones that know I have it use it from time to time. I wouldn't say they always use it, but they use it from time to time, probably, from what I've been told, and it's nice. It's nice, because they didn't have to, and I wouldn't have gotten anything from it. Yeah. So it's nice when people use those. I am on other platforms. I'm on Odyssey. I'm actually on Bumble also, but or is it Rumble? Rumble? Bumble? Rumble. It's Rumble. I'm on Rumble. I'm trying to get into that, but that's like uploading again. Odyssey, I'm on. I get Bitcoin currency. It's okay. It's I still haven't really figured all that out. And once I have enough money or bitcoins in there to figure it out, the cryptocurrency, once I have enough cryptocurrency, because it's not bitcoins, in there, then I'll try to figure out how do I need to transfer to where to where to where to get it in cash. And maybe by that time they'll have it so I can just get paid in cash, which I think they're trying to do. Yeah, obviously I'm on Facebook. I mentioned that, Instagram, and then I have a website. I don't always update, but yes, I do have a website, meekerextreme.com, and yeah, so I got all that stuff going. And as my channel's growing, and as I appreciate you all following and thus making me some money, slowly making some money. As you can see, some of my top videos have nothing to do with riding, which just blows my mind. A car seat review. In the last 48 hours, I had 196 views. Joe Biden, I have 499. My mind's blown. Like, really? And these will keep making money. Okay, he's going to be in office for another 3 years, assuming. That's like a gold mine right there. Now, I can't explain the car seat. And they still make that car seat? Like, I wish I would have did more of those videos when my daughter was younger. I didn't think about it. At the time when you first put them up, you're not making anything. Over time, though, more and more people are watching, and YouTube must be recommending more and more when people do car seat and booster seat searches. Like, hey, this video has got a lot of, views, and they push that video out. And it's just a gold mine over what this booster seat / car seat cost us. It's like, wow, I would have been in Walmart buying every single car seat and having my daughter be like, yeah, I like this one because the pocket, or because it has a flip up thing, or whatever. It would have been baby talk, but or not talking at all at that point still. But God, I didn't know there was so much. So hey, if you're having a kid, and whether you have a riding channel or not, you might want to look at some of those everyday baby products. I wish I would have did more because, like I said, it's a gold mine. I mean, my channel right now would probably be $2,000 a month in revenue if I was doing those videos. Possibly more. $2,000 a month is nothing to sneeze at. That's, what is that? That's 24,000 a year. So 24,000 a year. That night, obviously, that's you're going to be into, or you're not going to have enough write-offs, or you're making money and you have to pay tax, which is good. Paying taxes means you're making money. I'm slowly getting there, but I'm not quite there yet. I think around $1,000 a month is where I'll have to be conscious of keeping X amount of money out for the end of the year for taxes. Right now, I'm still able to pretty much spend what I bring in to grow the brand, if that makes sense. So I'm making more on paper, but I'm also trying to grow the brand even more, so I spend more. So I kind of go with the naturally growing method. It's slow, it's tedious. If I was the only income, obviously I couldn't do this. But because of my wife, I can do this. So it works for me, probably not going to work for a lot of people. So, yes, I want that to grow so I could say, hey, I'm making what could be considered a living off YouTube. Right now, it's that borderline. Is it a hobby? Is it a living? If it was just me, I couldn't live off this. It's nice extra money, but it's not, you couldn't live on it. You get up to making 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a month. Yeah, okay, you could live off that income. Not the greatest life, but you could. You would be seeing that growth. And I do see that growth. That's what's great. I do see the growth. So it's just slower because of the type of channel I am. But hey, it's going. So with all that said, which was a lot, and if you stuck with me this long, I'm sorry, because I'm probably pretty boring. But if you stuck with me this long, what I want to do is hit 12,000 subscribers. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, but I think I finally figured out the product I want to give away. At least one of them. We'll have to see how motivated I am, but at least one, because I haven't done any giveaways, channel giveaways. I think they're kind of hokey, and like my Honda XR 650R that I auctioned off, that was kind of a giveaway because I gave the money to motorcycle relief projects, because I think that's more important than giving you as a subscriber. I know it kind of sounds mean, but you as a subscriber something that you're probably gonna sell. This is probably something most people are gonna use, I would hope, that get it. And it's this. So you can find it on Amazon. I'm not sponsored by them, but I have one of these. This is what I use. Personal Locator Beacon, PLB. It's a McMurdo Fast Find 220 personal locator beacon. You can see, I think I paid like $225, $250. I don't know, something like that. So kind of close. It's $258. I like to give one of these away when I hit 12,000 subscribers. Now I have to figure out what's the best method for you all to enter. How do you enter? How do I keep track of that? What if this is popular and I get thousands of entries? How am I going to go through these entries? How am I going to contact people? Maybe I make a separate junk email just for this one thing, and maybe the condition will be, like a lot of them, please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe, follow my Meeker Extreme Facebook page. Maybe follow my Instagram page, Meeker Extreme, and enter the contest. And I just do a random blind drawing by hand, which would be a pain in the butt, but I could probably do it. Now, there's companies that do it. There's companies like, you got Heavy D Sparks, Diesel Dave, their channel. They have a company in California. They're in Utah, but they have a company in California but you have to pay quite a bit of money. So unless I'm doing this all the time, that just doesn't make any sense to pay big bucks to do a drawing. And a lot of the sites want to do like monthly fees, and I don't want to do a drawing monthly. I just want to do a one-time drawing. So if you guys, gals, know of how to do this, that would be the most. I've seen people that just kind of scroll and point to the screen, like on something, and like, oh, so and so. I've seen it that it's been as easy as that. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Let me know in the comment section what you all think. Am I overthinking this? I mean, potentially, what if 10,000 people enter? It's probably not going to. It's probably just going to be something like this, a few hundred people, which I could manage. I could probably go through in a couple days, write out the names, put them in a hat, video, mixing the hat up in drawing, right? I could probably do that, and it would only be the people that enter it. It wouldn't be past subscribers. Like, some channels will take their whole subscriber base and use that, and then I guess they'll notify somehow. And that's the other thing. How do you notify? How do you send? Well, I don't know. I guess if I set up an email or something, you guys could email with your name, email, your primary email address, whatever you want to contact, because not everyone uses trust, so getting spam through email, right? So you might have two different email, whatever email address, maybe your phone number even, and yeah, I said your name, address, phone number, and whatever email you would like to have on record, and I would take that and put it on a piece of paper, print it, cut it, cut out or handwrite the names or something, and go through and draw out of the hat and contact you and say, hey, so-and-so, Mike won. and obviously not give your last name, and then you won, and I just come on here and buy it and mail it to you. Use your address, like mailing this to you. That would be the most easiest probably method, although it could be difficult if I said, if I got 5,000 people that also, I'm not going to be able to manage that. So I got to be careful. I guess I could end it at any time and people would just be mad at me, but but I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see what happens at 12,000 subscribers. So that's the idea. This is kind of my New Year's. Thank you for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber and you've made it this long in this long video, wow, you're watching a channel that you don't know, a guy talk this long about his channel. Anyways, thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Definitely get onto my Meeker Extreme Facebook page and follow that, and follow Instagram if you're on there. I do post pictures of my riding and this and that, and that a lot of people are on Instagram. I'm not really on Twitter, so I am on MeWe and some of the others, but I'm not active, so don't go there. You'll find me around. I'm most active on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So those are the ones I want to focus on. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Notifications important because YouTube doesn't always tell you about stuff. And remember, whether it's my channel, somebody else's channel, if they have Amazon links in their description and you're going to order stuff that day anyways, or maybe the next day, just remember the last channel you were on and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to support that channel indirectly by going to Amazon through that link and doing all my searches of hard drives or widgets or kitchen whisk or whatever it might be, and I'm going to buy because through having gone through that link, and they're going to get a piece of the pie, and that's a good thing because you were going to buy the stuff anyways, and I got a little commission, so it's a little less from Amazon, but they're giving me a commission and you're paying the same price. It doesn't cost you anything. I like that method much more than saying, hey everyone, go over to my Patreon page because I have exclusive content for you for my Patreon subscribers, or are they members, whatever you are. You pay $20 a month because you want to see me create more stuff. Well, that puts more pressure on me to create stuff. So I looked into Patreon. I don't want Patreon. I don't want more pressure unless I had a team of people and we could manage that and we could be like, okay, yeah, we're going to put out quality content every single couple days at least, or once a week at least, where I could ask you for money. No, I don't want to do that, and I personally have looked into like giving money to some other like content creators that are small and they don't have anything listed. It's like, how about a Venmo account? I should update that and put my Venmo account because maybe you just want to, use Venmo and you're like, hey, I give you $20 or whatever. I like the stuff. Or your video really helped me on that automobile. Here's, $5-10. And people probably would do that. But to ask them to subscribe and pay a monthly thing for some special content, I'm not special. I'm not doing TV production stuff. I'll leave that to the people that do the really quality stuff like Everride. We're Patreon and all that, if people want to do that. But I've actually given him money through Facebook, just giving money. Like sending it like here through, Facebook you can pay people. Because I'd rather do that than have to subscribe, and they don't list another way to support, although he does Amazon affiliate, so that's another way I support too. I've used his links. So again, using the links to me makes the most sense for everyone involved, and I'm not really asking you for stuff that way, if that makes sense. Anyways, you all take care, stay well, stay safe. I'm glad you're having a happy new year. Hopefully you're out there partying, having fun, because You know, at this point, the keeping you all prisoner in your homes in some of these countries doesn't make any sense. Get out there with your family, friends, and enjoy life, because life is too short. So enjoy it. Have a good one. Stay well, stay safe, and take care. And until next time, see ya.